Hi guys, welcome to Biology B. Today we are going to study the topic of photosynthesis, which will have many subparts to it, which we'll study as the video progresses. Let me give you a brief overview what we are going to study under the topic of photosynthesis. The first topic we are going to study over here is chloroplast structure and function. The second major topic will be photophosphorylation, which will again have this subtopic of cyclic and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. And apart from that, there will be certain memorizing or certain little subtopics that we'll talk about is like pigments of photosynthesis, which are present in plant and bacteria, and photoprotective mechanism. Okay, so now coming to the, if I have to explain the concept of photosynthesis in a layman's language, then photosynthesis, it is nothing but the process of making ATP and NADPH in the presence of sunlight and water. And this ATP and NADPH, which is produced in this process of photosynthesis, which will be utilized in the dark reaction, or also called as the C3 pathway, or if I have to elaborate, it is the biosynthetic pathway for plants to make their own food, that is sucrose. Okay, to the first part of this topic, it is chloroplast structure and function. This structure of chloroplast over here. So let me tell you what are the components of chloroplast. The first component is stroma. Okay, so what is this stroma? This stroma is a colorless liquid which is present in chloroplast, which is responsible for conducting the dark reaction. Dark reaction, it is also called as C3 pathway. We will study all of this topic later in the video series of photosynthesis. So stroma is responsible for carrying out the dark reaction, that is the process in which the plant make their own food, in this case sucrose. Okay, stroma is responsible for the carrying out the dark reaction. Okay, why is it called as dark reaction? Because it can happen independently of light. It does not require light, and stroma contains the most abundant enzyme on this earth called as rubisco. Okay, let me just write it here. Colorless liquid carries dark reaction, contains rubisco. Okay, so this rubisco, it is the one which is responsible. Rubisco, it stands for ribulose bisphosphate carboxylase oxygenase, which is responsible. This is an enzyme which is responsible for carrying out the dark reaction. And this is a very trivial information but a fun information, that rubisco is the most abundant enzyme present on earth. Okay, so now coming to the next part, it is called as the intergranule lamellae. So before intergranule lamellae, I'll tell you about thylakoid. Okay, so you have seen a thylakoid is nothing but a coin like structure. Okay, so if you stack multiple coins one on the top of each other, then it is going to make a grana. Okay, so one of this is called as, I have drawn the structure of thylakoid here. This one coin is called as thylakoid. Okay, but so these are the grana. Okay, so this grana, they are connected to each other. Okay, it's like some mobile phone network. Okay, so these are connected with the help of intergranule lamellae. So, okay, so the purpose that intergranule lamellae is serving is to connect the granum with one another, like the way we have internet connection or the mobile network. How it is done? It is done like there are cables underneath the ground which is connecting all the towers together. So similarly, this intergranule lamellae is the cable which is connecting all the thylakoid and the granum with each other. Okay, so connects the granum with each other. Okay, so now coming to thylakoid, what purpose does thylakoid serve? So the thylakoid, it has got all the photosynthetic complex which will help in the process of electron transport, and hence the formation of ATP and NADPH, it is facilitated. Like it is the site where the electron transport occurs, and the formation of ATP and NADPH happens over here. Okay, so now coming to the fourth part, it is called as light harvesting complex, which is present in the thylakoid only. But if I have to specifically mention, then it is PS1 and PS2. This is what is called as the light harvesting complex. So LHC, it is comprised of two complexes, PS1 and PS2. So now this is what a grana looks like. Okay, this whole structure is a grana. So if I have to show you a broad magnified image that how the photosynthetic complex they are arranged, so this is how it looks. So before moving any further, I have to tell you about two terms. One is the appressed part and the second one is the non-appressed part. Okay, so what do you mean by the appressed part? The appressed part is which is not in contact with the stroma. So this part, okay, just this part, it is called as the non-appressed part, sorry, appressed part, excuse me. Okay, this, why it is called as appressed part? Because it is not in contact with the stroma over here. Okay, so this is what is the appressed part of the grana. Okay, and the non-appressed part is which is in contact with the stroma, like this. Okay, this intergranal lamellae which is in contact with the stroma, it is called as the non-appressed part of the grana. Okay, so now what are the components of the electron transport system which are present in the thylakoid or in the grana of the chloroplast? Okay, so the first component is PS1, the second component is PS2, the third component is cytochrome B6F, and the fourth component is ATP synthase. Okay, so PS1 and PS2, they are light harvesting complex. Okay, PS1 is also called as P700. PS2, it is called as P680. Although PS2, it comes first in the electron transport chain, but because of its late discovery, it is named as PS2, and PS1 was discovered before PS2, so that's why it is called as PS1, although it comes late in the electron transport chain. Okay, so the only difference between the appressed and non-appressed part is the presence of PS2. So the PS2, it is exclusively present in the appressed part. Okay, that means the part which is not in coming in contact with the stroma, so it is exclusively present in the appressed part. Rest, the PS1, cytochrome B6F, ATP synthase, they are present like uniformly throughout the like appressed and non-appressed part of the stroma. Okay, this is all about the chloroplast structure and function. In the next video, we are going to study about the process of photosynthesis, or also known as photophosphorylation, and we will study about all the electron transport and the photosynthetic complexes. I hope you like this video. Thank you so much for watching.